in question 9, we're supposed to solve the triangle and round each side length to the nearest tenth. And when we do these, what we want to do is we want to identify, is it a right triangle or non-right triangle, and it's obviously a non-right triangle. We have 105. Next thing I'd look for is, do you have a side angle pair? And what's nice about this one is we have a side angle pair right away, which forces me, or at least lends me to this law of sines technique. So we're going to find the length of this side over here. I'm going to identify. I'm going to find this side opposite A, which will be lowercase a. So in order to find lowercase a, I want to take A is to the sine of the angle opposite it, 105, as B, which is 8, is the sine of its angle across from it, 24. So a side is to the sine of its angle as the side is to the sine of its angle. In order to get A by itself, all we have to do is multiply both sides times the sine of 105 to get rid of it. So it's going to be 8 times sine of 105 divided by the sine of 24. Okay, so we'll run that calculation, and we will know to the nearest tenth is what we're going to round, what our value will be. So I'm going to take 8 times the sine of 105, and I'm going to divide that. I'm just going to take that answer, and I'm going to divide that by the sine of 24. Equals 18.998, which rounds to approximately 19.0. So now I know the length of side A is 19.0. I'm going to go back and I'm going to put it in my diagram so I remember I do have that value. That is 19.0. I've got another side I have to find, and that is the length of side C. Well, in order to find the length of side C, which is down here, I'm going to need the angle across from it, and that's going to be pretty simple. We're given 2 angles, so to get the third angle, we'll add up the 2 we know and subtract them from 180. So I'll take 180, and I will subtract the sum of the 2 angles that we know, which is 105 plus 24. And that's a 51-degree angle. So now I can mark my diagram. I know that this angle is a 51-degree angle. The only thing I have left is to find side C. And to find side C, I would go C is to the sine of the angle across from it, which is 51, as we'll go back and use our side angle pairs. 8 is to the sine of 24. So to get C by itself, we got to take 8 times the sine of 51 all over the sine of 24. So we'll run our calculation again. We'll take 8 times the sine of 51, and we'll divide that by, you don't have to hit enter and then divide it. We're going to do divided by the sine of 24. So last time I hit enter and then take that answer divided by, you don't have to. And that gives you a 15.3 for your final side length. So C is approximately 15.3, and this is what we mean by solving the triangle. We have found all the missing parts. We have 3 angles and 3 sides. So that one was an application of the law of sines in order to find the missing parts.